Alright, so it's been a while. Where the hell have I been? What the hell am I doing? And what the hell is this? So, main reason why I've not been posting too much lately is because I just got a new job, and that, ironically enough, affords me even more time to do this kind of stuff. So, next project, update on the Type 56 spiker. That's still going to be a thing, just not with that parts kit. That particular parts kit's going to this guy. And we're going to try to shoot for a Chinese Type 56 M22 export clone, I guess. We'll call it a battlefield pickup finish. So, the way we're going to do that is we're going to work with this guy right here. Picked this up a couple months ago. This is a very low serial number Polish M1960 receiver. So if you remember those from way back in the day, Century brought in a bunch of, I think they were either Hungarian or Polish kits. I think some of them were Polish kits. But they made them onto press and pin receivers that were not correct. That being said, these about time machining receivers are actually very good quality. Just dropping the bulk carrier in there. Got the bullet guy working on that. Try to do this one-handed. There we go. This thing is like butter on glass. And that was one of the big positive things I heard about the original Polish M1960 guns. Is that they operated very, very well. It's probably the best that Century ever put out, if you can even believe that. So, got a Polish hardwood stock, Chinese handguards, a new gas tube, and a Type 3 recoil spring. Still missing a couple small parts, but we're going to try to turn this into a Type 56 non-spiker. And these markings, they're all going to be welded up. The selector marking, that's going to be welded up. I can't fix the lightning cuts. ATM did the same mistake that Firing Line did on their early receivers, and the way that they cut this, they didn't do it correctly. But that's fine. This is a fantasy build, basically. The bottom, I don't know why they did this. Instead of actually milling a receiver cover plate, what they ended up doing was just drilling a hole for the bullet guide. That's fine. I do plan on fixing that when I get a mini mill. I guess I could do it with a cutoff wheel or with a Dremel and chain drill the end here and then try to shape it with a carbide bit. I'd rather not, honestly. But I will plan to do that, and I'll plug this hole, weld over it. The export Type 56s had the L and D selector markings instead of the Chinese characters, supposedly for plausible deniability. And I'm gonna see if Thor's hammer can run me a couple stencils. So after I weld these up, I'll redo them. I'll recut the notches. And once this whole thing is cleaned up, bullet guides installed, I'll sandblast and probably just paint over it because trying to blue over weld is not a very fun process because it's impossible. Come to find out, I might try using the express blue just over top of it, and if it's shit, then I'll just paint over it. I don't really care. And of course, these are press and pin receiver barrels. What I will do, or what I am doing, is just a normal 23 millimeter press and pin barrel. Most of the time, people aren't. The only way you're going to be able to tell is the size of the barrel pin. The Chinese barrel pins are smaller. I mean, you can see right there. But again, Don't really care. What I will probably do, just for fun, I will try to do a flush pin design where, I'll cut either an extended length pin, press it in, and then try to put a thin, very thin layer of weld over the top here, and then grind that out to make it look like like it's a screwed-in barrel instead of a pressing pin. Because there's no, other than the export stuff that came here to the States, military type 56s, I do not think were ever pressing pinned at any point. But aside from that, yeah, should be straightforward. I have a couple actually, stock tang, and I have a sling swivel on the side. So what's gonna happen? Oh, there goes the bullet guide. Cool. What's gonna happen is I'm going to look at some of my demilled pieces to see where it is. I will chain drill and then cut the slot for the sling swivel to have a more correct appearance. Should be straightforward. This will be a fun one. The trigger guard, because I don't feel like paying for a Type 3 trigger guard mag catch, I'm going to use a Yugo trigger guard. The M22, I think, is a milled trigger guard. Milled magazine latch. It'll play the part. So yeah, sucks I can't fix the lightning cuts though. That I don't know if I have. Did I bring my Type 3 milled stub? I did not. They just kind of look a little different. Maybe I'll throw a picture up here to illustrate that. But that's the plan. That's the next immediate build, while I'm also doing this Model 63 underfolder. I tried to do what Jinsboy did. He used a rust brown and then cold blued over it, and that didn't work. Not sure why. Probably didn't get it clean enough. Can't really see. Yeah, there you can see. You can see how it's all kind of. I mean, it looks kind of cool. Has an aged look to it, but it's kind of not right. Not what I was going for. So I'll try to sandblast this, and if not, honestly, I'll probably just paint over that. I'll use an appliance epoxy and do like a Russian style finish. Oh, and for the front sight, the M22s also had the hooded front sight. I'm probably not going to use this one because this one's kind of chewed up. But generally with something like that, you have two choices. You can either use I don't know if I have it here. No, I don't. You can either use one of those Bulgarian front sights and either cut this post off here or cut the hood off here and weld it to it. Or, and I've seen someone on either the Files or the AK forum do this, they'll take a Chinese sight, not this one, this is one of the worst ones, but they'll take one of these hooded sights and actually build up with weld the fangs. I have seen people do that before, so I don't really know what I'm going to do about that yet. It would be cool if I could use an original Chinese front sight block. But I got a couple of these because I bought a bunch of these Mac 90 part sets for North Korean builds. So if I destroy a couple, I don't really care. So that is the plan. We'll see how it goes.